Hi, I'm Monica Pacheco. I'm a local attorney here in Salem. One of the things that I do during my workday is work with people and their estate plans. So I'm here to talk to you today about your estate plan, which is your will, your power of attorney, and your advance directive. Today's filming is geared towards our firefighters here in Salem, as this is presented through the Salem Fire Foundation. All of this information is pertinent for all viewers. I truly believe that everybody should have an estate plan in place. And so from there, I'm just going to launch in and talk to you about what the estate plan is. So basically, an estate plan is the documents that we use to direct what happens with your assets, your person, and your loved ones if something should happen to you and either you live but are incapacitated, or if the unfortunate happens and you pass away. Power of attorney is the first document that we often talk about, and that's a financial document. The power of attorney allows you to appoint somebody, normally your spouse, maybe a sibling, family member, trusted loved one, to manage your finances for you and with you when you're not capable of doing so on your own. This often happens if you're incapacitated, if you've been in an accident, you survive, and you just need more assistance in order to maintain your life. And so the power of attorney is a powerful tool to allow those in your life to assist you with paying your bills and collecting monies that are due to you. I truly believe everybody should have a power of attorney so that if something unforeseen happens, it's in place. If there is no power of attorney, the only option we have at that point from a legal standpoint is to go into court and have a conservatorship done. That's a more expensive, more time-consuming, and often gets in the way of what your loved ones are needing to do for you. In other words, it just takes more time and money, and their efforts and energy need to be focused on you. So a power of attorney obviates the need for a court action and allows for a smoother transition in helping take care of you. In connection with the power of attorney, we also have the Advance Directive. And the Advance Directive is also a document that you fill out and complete and appoint somebody to make medical decisions for you if you're not able to make your own decisions. That ability to make decisions is defined by not being able to communicate by any means when it comes to medical decisions. So if something happens and you're not able to communicate, how do we know what treatment to give you and who is authorized to do so? And that's what the Advance Directive does. It allows you to pick who you would want to make decisions about your care and treatment should you not be able to make your own decisions. The second part of the Advance Directive tells us what your personal wishes are with regard to life support and tube feeding if you are at end of life. It's a hard discussion to have. And if you haven't had that with your loved ones, or if they weren't listening because we don't want to talk about it, there's no way for us to know what your wishes are. Should you be close to death? Should you be in a coma and not expected to recover? The Advance Directive is the only legal document that will allow us to know what your wishes are. Again, if it's not completed, people are guessing. And the law tells us who has a right to make that decision, and that person may not be the person who you would choose. And again, it requires a court action. Though it's not a conservatorship, you're not talking about having to do a guardianship to make medical decisions. And again, this is often happening when there's a crisis. So if there's a crisis, it's difficult, time-consuming, and emotionally draining to have to deal with the courts at a time where really their energy should be focused on you. So those are the two pieces that we like to have in place for everybody during life in the instance that something happens and you're not able to manage your finances or make medical decisions for yourself. The final piece of a basic estate plan is generally a will. And the will says, if I die, who do I want to take care of distributing my assets? The person who manages that job is called a personal representative. And so in the will, you appoint who your personal representative is to manage the business of winding up your estate and transferring the title of your assets to whomever you wish to receive them. That would be the second part of the will that tells us that it's your wish that your children, your family receive your personal items, and who we transfer your assets to. If you have a house, bank accounts, cars, anything that has a title to it, we need a legal function to be able to transfer that title. And that process is called a probate. And with a probate, you should have a will. If you don't have a will, then the law tells us that it goes to your spouse. And if you don't have a spouse, to your children. Sometimes it's half and half to your spouse and children, depending on circumstances. And from there, it goes to your closest living relative, which may not be who you would want to have it go to. The will also allows you to name charities if you want your assets to go to charities, such as the Salem Fire Foundation, the Salem Police Foundation, Willamette Valley Humane Society. Whatever your charity of choice is, you have the ability to continue to give after your life through gifts to charities. And that pretty much sums up what a basic estate plan is. Lots of questions come up during our meetings. We're able to help walk you through what your decisions are and who might make good decisions for you, what types of people are there to make decisions for you. But really, the first step is to start creating your estate plan. So, the Salem Fire Foundation, as part of its mission of taking care of the firefighters who take care of us, is launching our local Wills for Heroes program. Part of that launch is to try and not by try, I mean eventually we will, hopefully by the end of the first quarter of 2018, make sure that every firefighter who serves for us has a full estate plan. This is a pro bono program for all firefighters, so you won't have to pay for this. This is our gift back for the gifts you give us. Part of the coordination process in doing so is to gather some information, have you watch this video so that you understand what the estate plan is. When you walk into the attorney's office, you will know what to expect and hopefully have had some of your questions answered. In order to do that coordination for the city, we have attorneys willing, ready, and prepared to help us as the foundation meet the goals of making sure that every firefighter has their estate plan. But in order to do that, we're going to need your help. 1, you're watching the video. 2, your next step will be to go to the salemfirefoundation.org website and download the questionnaire that we've prepared for you to fill out. You as a firefighter will be filling this out, and you will be adding any family information such as a spouse or children. As you follow through the document, you'll see that there's questions to be asked that we need you to answer. Every question is asked for a reason. If it doesn't apply to you, please let us know on that document that it doesn't apply. But if it does, we need to have the information. My goal, since I am spearheading the program, is to match you with the appropriate attorney that's going to meet any specific needs that you might have. Some of those needs will include whether you have a family, and for those who do have families, there's specific questions about any disabilities that we need to know about. This is a basic estate plan, and not all families are basic. And so if there are additional needs that need to be met, we will make every effort to match you with an attorney who can meet those needs and have an opportunity to discuss some of the pro bono work that's being done. One of the situations I have found myself in is that not all individuals and families are created equal, and so a basic estate plan won't work for you and your spouse. In that particular case, the work that I needed to do was more expensive than the basic estate plan, so I gave a flat credit and we worked it out. The goal of everybody in this program is to make it work for your family and not just to put you into a box. So understand that if you don't think this will work for you, we will find a way to make it work and make sure that you have what you need and not simply what I've talked about today. So please make sure that you go to the salemfirefoundation.org website to fill out your paperwork. And there will be instructions there on how to return that paperwork to me so that I can match you with an appropriate attorney. I thank you for watching today. I hope I've answered some questions and look forward to hearing from you and seeing this great Wheels for Heroes program work for our Salem firefighters. Thank you.